Hello everybody, once again this is the Sports Trading Novice Doug here, and this is another review. This time we're looking at a service called Gold Profits. So as with similar reviews that I've done on the channel, we're going to have a look at what you get for your membership. We're going to have a chat about the support and the tools and resources. We'll have a chat about costs and my overall verdict. So without further ado, let's get stuck into Gold Profits. So Gold Profits, then, here we are. Basically a great service in my eyes, one full of resources and tools that you will find most useful and helpful. So I was a member of Gold Profits about 12 months ago, and I was there for a couple of months. There was a deal on which I took up, which was really good. There's usually some sort of deal on just to dip your toe in the water. Currently, as it's quite blatant in front of you, you can have a week for £1. Which really is worth it, and I would encourage anybody to take them up on that and snatch their hand off. But let me have a chat with you about what you get for membership. There is a chat room on the members area, which is sort of full of traders of all levels, you know, pros, amateurs, those just starting out, those who are finding their feet and making headway. So there's tons of stuff and tons of people in there that you can call upon for help and support. You know, even if it's just moral support, you get yourself sorted. Now, in terms of tools, these guys have got quite a bit, and I will say that the two guys who are responsible for the majority of the content, Kevin and Steve, very good pro traders, very knowledgeable, and they do sort of care about the people in there, and they do want to see you do well. The tools at hand, you have a live trading module. It's a form of kind of database, if you like, that's got details of games that are actually live and in play. It gives you various stats, shots on target, off target, corners, cards, that sort of thing. And there are alerts that flash up when, if you set a particular criteria that you're looking for, it'll alert you to when games meet that criteria, so you can take a look at them. It really is very powerful. Likewise, they also have a sort of statistics database. So if you're looking to highlight matches that you might be interested in before they kick off, so pre-match trading effectively, you can use that database. Again, a very powerful tool. Filters galore that you can put on. Just one example of one of the filters I've seen someone use on there is they're looking for games where a team teams don't score for, say, the first 15 to 20 minutes on average, and there's not many instances where they have. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be in the game you're going to trade, but certainly it gives you a better chance because you're looking specifically for two teams perhaps playing each other where neither the home team don't score within the first 15 very often, and neither do the away side. When they're away, they don't score within the first 15 minutes either. So it might be a lead to a strategy that allows you to trade the first 15 minutes where there's no goals expected. And you can obviously call upon the database to find things like that and other chestnuts as well. There are various strategies that you get included as part of your membership, which traders have set up and implemented themselves, and you can use those. Obviously, some of those are provided. I will say with these guys as well, there is some free resources that they provide, calculators, that they also signpost Twitter handles because they monitor social media, and sometimes that can sort of reap rewards. Again, go into the site to understand how. I'm not going to give away anything for you here. They also email out selections, and one thing which I really like about these guys is that they don't just sit and do their own stuff. Betting systems and tipping services that you see advertised everywhere on the net, these guys will actually go and sign up. They'll dedicate a small pot of money, and they'll run with it. So they'll go with the suggestions, the selections that are tipped, and the reasons why, and they'll sort of provide email updates each month. They might do a trial for, say, a month or 2 months or 3 months, and they'll say, right, we've been reviewing this service the past couple of months, it's been really good, we've made X amount of points of profit, or no, sorry, unfortunately this one's just not gone well, and after 3 months overall we're down. And so they essentially do what I'm doing about them. They will look at other betting services. This is not a betting service, this is a learn to trade service, but they will look at betting and tipping services, and they will review them, and they will email you and say whether they feel that there's any value in being a member and subscribing to them, which I think is brilliant, because it's basically sort of trying to broaden everybody's portfolio, and if you can make a few quid from a lot of different things, you'll be very wealthy. Whereas if you're making a chunk of money from one thing and that thing dries up or goes away, notably football did during COVID, so things like that, it's just one of those, that these guys are really good at that, and they're really honest and give you their review. They write blogs as well, so again you've got if I just sort of click on here, they're very active with these as well. But yeah, the blogs that they write, they're available to everybody. Obviously, you don't have to be a member for that. This is just on their sort of main website, and you can go in and sort of have a look at those. In terms of costings, I can tell you at the time of making this video, currently it's $39.95 a month to join the service. If you want to pay quarterly, you can get a bit of a discount, because it'll be £99. So essentially, you'd pay 99 instead of 120 effectively. But a year is 365, so a mere £1 a day. Whilst those costs are not expensive in the grand scheme of things, and certainly from my perspective, I'm not a member at the moment, and I'll explain why shortly. I think that there is incredible value there for the resources that you get, especially because you've got a sort of statistics database which you can sort of go onto. Oh dearie me, there we go. It looks like they're having a problem with their website. I'll get rid of that. So yeah, I think there's every chance that the money that you pay for this, you'd make back if you got a decent sized bank and you followed some of the strategies that were recommended. I really do think you'd get everywhere that you need to. But in connection with those costs, I think I'm going to mention this multiple times, so apologies if this is a broken record to you. I have a bank of £200. So my trades involve £2. So I've effectively divided my £200 bank into 100 points, of which is worth £2 each. Now sometimes I will double up and make 2 points on a trade, or place 2 points on a trade, which is £4. So the returns of £2 and £4 stakes are not vast, and therefore I can't make enough green at the moment in order to cover the subs for this service, and that is the only reason that I stopped being a member. It's just simply because I had a cracking deal to get started, and I had a little pot of money aside from my bank in order to pay for my education. But unfortunately, although I was making some green on that size of bank, it's just not enough to sustain the membership that you need for that. If you've got £500 Bank Plus, I think you'd easily do it. I really do. But unfortunately for me, that isn't the case. So overall verdict is, if you've got the bank, go for it. These guys are good. They've got excellent resources, and they couldn't be friendlier and more approachable. So I would be very happy to recommend them to anybody who's just starting out, or maybe who's been doing this a little while and is looking for some direction and some coaching. I think these guys and the members that are in there in the same boat can really help you. So kudos to them, and certainly that £1 trial for a week, I would most certainly tell you that is worth its it's worth a quid 100%. It's worth 20 quid for to go and dip your toe in for that week. So for £1, snatch the hand off, go and have a look. Something else which I will briefly talk about is that these guys also offer a almost like an educational course, and it's called Launchpad, and essentially when you become a member, you can follow a structured program on how to become a trader. Some introductory strategies are a bit more easier to understand and deploy, and then you gradually learn more and more until you've built up a good good solid knowledge about lots of different things, and you can then dip your toe and try strategies in various different ways. And I think it is an excellent sort of tool. I use that myself, and I found it exceptionally useful. So that's everything that I can tell you about Goal Profits. I hope you've enjoyed the video and you found it useful to have a perspective of somebody who's a member. I'm going to leave this review there because I haven't got anything more to add. I think it's a brilliant service and would very well recommend that you give them a whirl. The next service that we're going to be reviewing is a service called Betfair Trading Community. So that will be coming up in the next episode. But for now, if you have been, thank you for watching, and we look forward to catching you again on the next one.